The very first step of Zen is to start doubting your own OS, or operating system. What I mean by this is how you've been programmed to see the world, and how you've been taught to see yourself. So during this first conversation that we're having, I want you to think about 3 basic questions. The first question is this: if your OS is the correct OS, why is incompletion your basic state? This seems a little surprising, right? Why on earth would a correct OS have you feeling forever incomplete? The second question is this: can your current OS, the one that has you feeling forever incomplete, ever lead you to completion? Your OS seems to define your baseline condition as being not quite complete. You are always moving forward towards some form of completion. So how will this OS ever bring you to a completed state? It hasn't happened so far in your life. What's suddenly going to change? Is there suddenly going to be cheese at the end of your tunnel? Here's the third question. Is your incompletion real? Or is it something that your OS has been superimposing upon your experience of being alive? This is the most serious question of all. Because if you experience yourself as fundamentally complete and okay in every moment, this would lead to a fundamentally different experience of being alive. I want to spend a few minutes exploring how deeply installed this sense of incompletion is. Our sensation that our completion lies in the future is what is driving our whole lives. We are sure that when we reach whatever future self we are currently moving towards, we will be okay, a bit more complete than we are right now. So that's what we do every day of our lives. We get up and go out into the world and try to move towards that future self. We spend our days attempting to arrange the situations, objects, and people around us in a way that moves us closer towards whatever version of our future self that we are currently moving towards. This is the software that we're running, our operating system, or OS, an OS that has us feeling incomplete in each present moment of our lives. If you have any doubts that your OS has you experiencing yourself as basically incomplete, simply look back in your own life. There are just over 500,000 minutes in a year. In a decade, there are just over 5 million minutes. In 3 decades, there are around 16 million minutes. Now I want you to ask yourself, in all the decades you've been alive, in how many of those moments have you experienced yourself as totally okay, totally complete? For most people, this number is vanishingly small. This is because, in our normal day-to-day life, our OS defines our completed state as being just out ahead of us, in the future. Our current state, or self, is always just a bit incomplete.